Being seen and heard. Dr. Amani Ibrahim, Women in the Cybersecurity Field.
My name is Amani Ibrahim. I'm a senior lecturer in cybersecurity at Deakin University. I've started at Deakin in 2016.
How did you get interested in cybersecurity?
So I've started my passion about cybersecurity when I was doing my undergraduate degree. I had one of my friends who looked really very weird, and when we started talking, I knew that he's a hacker. So he introduced me to this world, and it was really interesting. Well, back to these days in 2003, there wasn't something called ethical and non-ethical hacking. It was just the fun of learning how to compromise systems, break into our friends' accounts. So I've just started learning about hacking since that. I did my master's degree around computer network security and my PhD degree about operating system security.
Are there many women working in your field?
Cybersecurity is an unusual choice for women, especially the technical side, even back in Egypt when I did my undergraduate degree, and more here in Australia. I was always the only woman in the class, and this is even more here in Australia whenever I go in a meeting, meet industry partners, supervise students, even lecturing, I'm always the only woman.
What opportunities have come your way at Deakin?
I joined Deakin straight away after finishing my PhD. I joined as a lecturer in cybersecurity, and I was lucky enough to be promoted to a senior lecturer in just 2 years of joining Deakin. I've got lots of support from Deakin University to progress throughout my career. I was fortunate enough to be part of the steering committee of Go Girls, Go for IT. It's an event that's sponsored by Deakin and many big organizations and the Victorian government as well to excite girls, school girls about IT.
What is your experience as someone with English as a second language?
I came to Australia in 2010, and at the beginning I thought my English, with having an accent in my English and talking English as a second language with fluent people, would be an issue for me. But actually with time I found that this is not an issue here. As long as you have the enough technical experience in your position, people wouldn't look or judge you by the language or your accent.
Have you ever been made to feel uncomfortable about your religious belief?
I was the chairperson of a government cybersecurity conference, and I was lucky enough to introduce one of Australia's former ambassadors in an European country. And I was so excited about his talk, and I really introduced him in a nice way and did my introduction with the man who needs no introduction. And when he started talking about the Islamic terrorism. And at this point, I felt a bit anxious and vulnerable. There's something wrong going on? I felt sad. And yes, I waited for him until he finished his talk. I assured that we should stand against terrorism and fight terrorism. And I excused the audience, so I was in front of hundreds of people to say something personal. And at this point, I felt really dizzy and unwell to the degree I just took my high heels off. And I said, I'm a Muslim and a practicing Muslim, and it's really painful for me and make me feel sad to hear the word or to relate the word terrorism with Islam. So it was all about Islam. Those people you're talking about, either ISIS, Al-Qaeda or whatever, they're not Muslims. They're killing Muslims like any other religion, and terrorism has no religion.
What message do you have for girls and women?
I do encourage women to take this step further and challenge themselves, and don't set any boundaries and say, I can't do it. We can do it. If we've got the right opportunities and if we can challenge ourselves, we can do anything. We can get into any field.